Hello and welcome to the 5th video in this countdown to WWE 13. Today I'm going to be playing some more Smackdown Vs Raw 2007. On your screen now is the countdown. It's out in North America, and the UK and Australia have 3 more days to go, so it's not long at all now. The reason I've come back to Smackdown Vs Raw 2007 is for 2 reasons. One being that I felt I was really critical to the game yesterday over the weight detection system because I was very frustrated with it. The second reason, well actually just to get back to the first reason, just to finish off actually, I felt there was more features that the game had through playing it a bit more after I did the video, so I felt that I had to come back and show those. It relates to some of the stuff that's going to be available in WWE 13 as well, and I really want to talk about some features I'd like to see back as well, so that's the reason I've done that. Second reason is I couldn't think of another really good video. I wanted to do a match that sort of, I couldn't think of a match to do because I knew I was going to be doing a John Cena video, so I went looking through some old DVDs that I own, and one of the matches I really quite enjoyed and thought was quite one of his best matches was at Unforgiven 2006. It was a TLC match for the WWE title. It was a match where there was a lot on the line for John Cena, because if he lost that match he would have had to have gone to Smackdown, where he started out his career. When he started out, he was a very fresh character. I don't believe the gimmick had ever been done before. He was portraying a rapper. He has actually released some rap CDs, so it kind of was like what he was. He was obviously into rap music, and he basically, instead of like talking trash, he basically just did these hilarious raps and insulted people. I think people like Kurt Angle, and I'm trying to think now, because I'm just trying to think on some of the. It was most of them I've seen about. Well, it was Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar. I think he did quite a few to the Undertaker as well. And he was just really taking the mick out of them through rapping. It really was clever and funny, and it's something that hadn't been seen, if I'm correct. But then, as sort of time's gone on, his character has really changed. I sort of grew to like him through late 2005, early 2006, because his character sort of changed to somebody who would just stand up to anybody. He wouldn't back down from a fight. That is what he used to say, and I can sort of relate to that because I'm somebody who used to get people start trouble with me, and I used to just let him do it to start, and at one point I just decided I'm not going to take it anymore, so I used to stand up to him, and through that I kind of related to him and grew to like him. I've liked him for quite a long time. I think he's been a really good character. He has been for a really long time one of the biggest superstars in WWE, and he still is today. But I think as he's sort of getting on in years, and he's sort of not getting the push he used to, which I know a lot of people are getting fed up of seeing him keep winning the WWE title all the time, and I mean it did get boring to keep seeing him win all the time. I can kind of understand from their point of view, but as at the moment his character for me is very stale, and I know a lot of other people not keen on his character. He is somebody at the moment, he's really split in the audience. He has done for quite a few years. You hear one side of the crowd shouting "Let's go Cena," and the other side shouts "Cena sucks," and he kind of plays along with that, which is really good to see. But I do feel that, as I said, he's very stale. I think at first I couldn't really understand why people hated John Cena and didn't really get it, and then I think it was last year he was doing one of his speeches to CM Punk, and it was the same old thing he always says, and I just realised for the first time when he said it, I was like, I just didn't want to hear it anymore, and it was really weird for me, for somebody who's sort of been really liked his character, and sort of been I say I wasn't the biggest fan of Cena, but I've always been someone who's liked him. So it was for the first time I really just didn't like the gimmick anymore, and I mean, at the moment, I haven't watched it in a really long time, so I don't know what he's like now, but at the moment I'm sort of I've never hated him, and I don't think I ever will. He's not somebody the character that I will hate. It's just somebody I just grown bored of, really. I think him as a person, though, I've got a lot of respect for him for the stuff he does, I think it's the Make-A-Wish Foundation, isn't it? I think that's what it's called, and I think he does some other charity stuff and things like that, so I've got a lot of respect for him for doing that. But his in-ring character for me has just gone very boring. I think when CM Punk sort of now is like the big cheese, as they say, it was a nice change, really. It was. So it was kind of nice to see him take a back seat. But I don't know if he'll ever, return to the top. I mean, he is one of the top superstars. You can't deny that. But I think, as you know, he's sort of. I don't know how much longer he has got left, but it's. I do think he is a character that sort of does go to waste, really. Just want to quickly interrupt what I'm saying here. This is something that's returning. You can now do finishers on tables in WWE 13, which is a really nice feature to see back. It's been annoying for the last couple of games not being able to do it, really. But to get back to what I was saying to Cena, I do think what they're doing with him now, he is really a waste. He's gone to waste, to be fair. So it's a shame, really, because I think he could do more. I think I think a lot of people want to see him go back to his old heel character, how he started out. I think with what happened with the Nexus when he become part of them, because I can't remember. I don't know how he. I don't think I can remember actually. I don't think I was watching it when that happened, but it was sort of nice to see. Well, it would have been. I think a lot of people think it would have been nice to see him turn heel, and I think that was what people thought was going to happen. It was, in some ways, I suppose it would have been nice to see a change in him, but unfortunately, it never really did happen. I think because his strong ties to the younger audience, I don't think you will see it now, and it's. In some ways, I think it's a shame, but it's just one of those things. And to talk more about the game now, this is one of the features I was really gutted to see go. I think it was in Smackdown vs Raw 2009. I always love fighting backstage on this area. I think in the Xbox version of this game, though, there actually are people in, and when you jump over the barricade, they all disappear very quickly, but it's not in the PlayStation 2 version. You can actually break the barricade in WWE 13. It's been shown quite a lot, so I imagine a lot of people will know about that. But unfortunately, you cannot fight in the crowd, which is a shame because it would be nice to see it again. But I don't know the reason behind that. I always used to love doing that, jumping off the scaffolding through a table. It always really was epic. But as I said, I was really gutted when they took that out. Another thing I really liked about this game was the ultimate grapple moves. For those who don't know what they were, I've never played Smackdown vs Raw 2007. I think it was in Smackdown vs Raw 2008, and I think it might have been in 9, but very bare. There was just a few moves that did it. I could be wrong though. It's been quite a while since I played Smackdown vs Raw 2009. But it was basically where you could pick your opponent up and walk around with them, and there was like directional controls. You had to turn your analog stick a certain way and it would do a certain move. You could just do it any way you wanted. You could walk around with them and everything. It was really good. I mean, there's a system that's still in it now, where you can aim where you want to do your moves, but for me, I do find it a little bit annoying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I really like it in there. I think it's been in since Smackdown vs Raw 2011. Yeah, I think it has. So you can just aim it to go through tables and stuff like that. I think it's a good idea, but I just wish it was a little bit more accurate because most of the time when I do a move and I'm trying to aim it for the table, it just misses. And it's very frustrating that you've got to keep trying and trying and trying. It'd just be nice to see it go through first time. So I wish there was a bit more of an accuracy thing about it, but I'm not going to complain too much because I'm glad it's in there. So I'd rather have it in there than not have it in there, to be honest. I think that's been one of the real biggest problems, is where they've tried to put new features in and unfortunately had to take old features out. Because another feature that's returning, but from what I've heard in not such a great way, is the Creator Championship. But I think it's just called Championship Editor, because all you can really do, from what I've seen and what I've heard, is just take the WWE title and just edit it. I think you just change the colour of the strap. I don't know the full details, to be fair. But from what I've sort of heard, it's not a great feature like it was in, because it was the first in Smackdown vs Raw, if I'm correct, but it wasn't as good because you could only use it online, if I remember correctly, and at the time I didn't have online. But in this one, in 2006, it was a lot more. You could use it offline, which was really great. But I actually did have the internet for Smackdown vs Raw 2006 and 7.
comes straight from the WWE fans. They're not going to let them down.
Yeah, but if they don't keep the fans happy.
One of the things that was really strange about this was with the TLC match on here is the ladder just wasn't used at all. It just had no purpose because you had to pin them at the end. And what you're seeing now is what I was referring to. You can actually manually do that. It won't automatically set that up for you. But as I said, it's very annoying because it's not always accurate. That's the end for this video. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you will join me for the next video.
Here's your winner and the new WWE Champion, John Cena.